or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre. Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre! Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre! Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment. We are writing the history. The history about each and every one of us. Legends are not born out of a thin air. They might begin with a charge, with the losing of a single arrow, or with us bravely standing our ground.
Both sides speak using cavalry and it's a massacre! Come on! What's gonna be there? More and more blue floating right here through the city gates.
We are the ones telling our legend. And this is our moment.
Finally, yes.
Yeah,
Finally.
we are here, and with a man that you guys haven't seen for a really long time. Yeah, remember you guys remember his name? Can you introduce yourself again?
Yeah, hey guys, thank you very much for being here. I'm
Yeah.
kind of out of the character today.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, or
Yeah.
maybe this is actually the good thing for everyone. Yeah, so for this stream you can call me Morgan, and amazing,
Yeah.
unbelievably talented Conqueror's Brett.
Yeah.
The one that every conqueror
Yes,
needs.
yeah.
You just surviving without bread?
Bread, yeah.
Absolutely impossible, especially in certain countries if you don't eat rice too much, right?
Yeah. And
All right.
and tonight is a big night
Oh,
for
yeah,
Conqueror's Brett
that's a
League,
big
especially for the game will be like start at 20:30. I think that will be the grand finals. But before that, we will have Fomalhaut versus Wildfire.
Absolutely. And not to cause any confusion, guys,
Yeah.
when we're talking about time, we're talking with UTC plus 8.
Yeah.
So 20, it's like 1 hour and 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll have a lot of fun today. We're going to be spectating two
Yeah.
amazing teams that unfortunately went to lower brackets,
Yeah.
but they're going to be fighting very, very friendly, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Crusader is already there. They're waiting for the winner of this bracket. And let's say the Fomalhaut and the Wildfire, who's going to be the winner and who is going to be qualified to the grand finals
Yes,
tonight.
for Crusaders, this state of being the champion in
Yeah.
Conqueror's Blade League for
Yeah.
so long
Yeah.
and defeating their opponents. Like they only lost one game yesterday, as I recall, and it was exactly against
Against the Wildfire.
Wildfire.
It was Halonfield. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
one of unpredictable maps.
Yeah.
Like when Crusaders moved back to the last base point and decided to abandon A and B, that was a kind of surprising move for them.
Yeah.
But fortunately, we're gonna see much more games from these teams, guys. So we are waiting for the teams, and we're looking at the screen and seeing them preparing. They are about to make band picks calls. So in just a couple of minutes, we're gonna introduce you their decisions regarding the maps.
And Morgan, you missed so many matches in this time, and I will tell you that the Crusaders in the previous games, they was like an inventor. They invite a lot of new strategies.
I actually
you
saw
heard it before?
majority of these games,
Yeah.
and what they do throughout their matches,
Yeah.
they always bring some new ideas. And
yeah.
what amazes me the most is how organized they are with their pushes, with their execution.
Yeah.
Just flawless. But again, other teams,
Yeah.
and let's not focus too much on Crusaders until now, because with two great teams that are about to be here, I'm very wondering what our friends from Korea and friends from China are going to show and what they're preparing for Crusaders over there.
Because as you know, the Former Hot is a team from China's mainland, and the Wildfire team comes from Korea.
Yes!
And they are also the teams for last season's top 4. And they've already made this same result as the last season. They've already the top 4 for CBL, Wolves of Ragnarok's top 4, and they're amazing as all the time. And let's say if FLT, if they can go to the finals to face against the Crusaders, and that will be the same story as last season's CBL. You wanna see that, or you just wanna say like the Wildfire?
Honestly,
to
to be honest, I don't have any preferences regarding who wins, who loses.
Yeah.
I just hope for really cool games with some new amazing tactics, with combinations of units that we never seen before. And I want to enjoy great CBL again.
Yeah, because the winner of this bracket is very hard to tell, because both teams are super good. And especially the Wildfire, I think they lost the game to Crusaders yesterday, but they still performed very well. And the FLT, don't mention that, they just beat the Hot, also a very elite team yesterday, and they make they get out of the loser bracket to the finals of the loser bracket today. And so both teams will be super good, and we just cannot wait to seeing their greater performance tonight.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the viewers that are with us today are also waiting for these great games. We hope you are here not only for the Twitch drops. Obviously, some of you only for that we turned off audio.
Yeah.
But if you here to experience the main point, the main course, CBL, then guys, send your feedbacks, send whatever you think about this thing to Twitch. We are gonna be communicating today, maybe answering some questions. Hopefully we are not going to leak anything as we sometimes do. But who knows? Who knows? Accidents happen. So guys, so welcome and join us on Twitch, join us on Douyu, on Bilibili. A lot of streamers are working with us, so you can actually choose someone much more talented or interesting, entertaining than us.
But I don't think anyone will be talented than you. I think you are the best.
That was just unprecedented flattery. That was so disgusting, but I love this. Nice.
Yeah, guys, just like Morgan mentioned, leave your comments and tell us what you are thinking about on Conqueror's Blade or Conqueror's Blade League. We will read we can see your comments, and we really challenge your comments, and just say something, tell us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah. And guys, we are now have received the information regarding the first map and the decision of band picks. Come on, Brett, bring it on.
Maybe Jessica, can you cast the map band pick on the screen? Yeah, the map band pick. Yeah, Jessica will just cast it. Yeah, okay, let's say what Wildfire will ban as the first map for them. And
So yes, we're waiting for the first decision.
yeah,
Actually,
Wolford.
all right.
You know?
So Wolford is out.
kind of the most popular map in this time CBL. But Wildfire just banned it.
Well, it's personal preferences of teams, and
The
Harbor City is out.
Yeah, the old-fashioned one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm kind of happy about the decision regarding that Harbor City is not going to be here. Oh yes, Constantinopolis.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, very beautiful. All the same choice, and for the Wildfire will be the attacking side first, and at the map Constantinopolis, and Fomalhaut will be the attack at the second round, also at the same map, and. Morgan, what do you think about this map, Constantinopolis?
Well, I think that, as mentioned many times previously, I'm in absolutely love with this map.
Yeah, but I hate this map.
You hate it?
Yeah, because this map is too huge and too grand for me. Yeah, I love playing in like some small map like Harbor City. That is pretty simple for me.
Wow, so our tastes are totally opposite. Like the most disliked map is Harbor City.
Yeah. But I enjoy watching the games on Constantinopolis, and because I think the Constantinopolis is very interesting. For the Harbor City, it only has like 2 points and the 2 supply points inside of the city.
Mm-hmm.
This is simpler than the Constantinopolis. But Constantinopolis it's like 4 points inside of the city, and also the supply point that's. Also, the people will just many teams in this time CBL, many teams will just like abandon A and B and directly to defend their point C.
Yeah, because that fort is quite well defended and good position over there.
Yeah, but some teams like Crusaders and also the Hot yesterday, they showed us some a brand new strategy on defending the point C. They just defend the points, abandon point C on purpose, and just leading all the teams waiting outside the point C and wait for the enemies to get out of the point C. And if they want to get out, they will kill them all.
Yes, the thing is that for Constantinopolis behind point C, there are only like 2 main passages to the next area. So the small gate and the breach in the wall. So it was a very smart move over there to control this area and win some time and cause some damage.
And also in this map, it has a tunnel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can start attack from on the ground. And in this morning, the games with South American divisions, and these players also chose the Constantinopolis, and they started attack from the tunnel. That was rare to see and very classic, very epic. And I think if you guys watch this, you'll be like totally impressed by that.
Absolutely, I enjoy many games in Constantinopolis because, again, as you mentioned, maybe it's a little bit stressful for players to figure out the right approach and predict your opponent's moves. But for just about watching the game, it's nice to see some surprises and unpredictability on that map. So hopefully we'll see some really, really good show today as well.
Yeah. The game is about to start, and let's jump into the map introduction first.
Here it comes, Constantinopolis.
Yeah, Constantinopolis, and I think we are so familiar with this one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Every time, even before CBL today, I had like 15 minutes just very quickly turn on the game, and I was lucky to get to a siege battle on Constantinopolis. So. All the ambition that I couldn't satisfy by my bait play. Hopefully, I'll see it here.
Yeah, I always imagine that if I was a tour guide in Congless Blade, I can make a lot of money.
Yes. All right. So here come army compositions and heroes. So from the left side, Wildfire. They actually decided to go with majority of heavy armored heroes, short sword, 1 mold, 3 spears, then mixed of light weapons, and actually pikemen, imperial pike guards, berserkers, mortars for artillery, and Nathra guards. Well, very pretty classic, and not that much cavalry on their side. Only 2 units that I see. But from the other side, maybe Brett, come on.
For the former Hotters, they have brought many squads of cavalries. You know, I think they the reason why they did this is just for defending their their final base or point C outside of the point C, and they also brought 2 squads of Nafagas. Nafagas is pretty good for defending the point C, because the point C is in a very narrow area, and if you set Nafagas there and also set some the grape shot there, and it can restrict the enemy, your opponent's the movement, and restrict their area, and that would be very good for you for your plan.
Yeah, it's a very classy move when you put these Nafar guards behind the corner.
Yeah.
It's very tricky to destroy, to counter this thing. So
and in this season, the players use Nafagas, or many players will choose to use the Nafagas. That was pretty impressive. Nafagas is kind of the popular units in this time CBL.
Yeah, it's actually a very niche unit for casual players, because it's you need some support from your teammates to effectively use it. But we see that teams on a higher level tend to take them more and more. So I see one Royal Janissaries on the formal hot team, and well, actually overall, I would say that both teams have very similar rosters over here.
Yeah.
We don't see some crazy cavalry spam or something like we've seen during some of the previous CBLs.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I like how the metagame is evolving.
Yeah. And we also noticed that Wildfire use some high-tier units and as their starting line, and I think it's a very good choice for using high-tier units to push forward the siege towers, because it can be really efficient to finish their quest for pushing forward the siege towers. And if sometimes I know that sometimes players will think that we don't want to use high tier units to do that thing, and that is the job for low tier units. But if you use low tier units in the tournament, and your opponent will know that and will try their best to stop that, and you will waste a lot of time on pushing forward the siege towers.
Yes, it's all about what your opponent is going to be doing, whether you're going to be preventing and predicting his actions. But yeah.
Now the main gate has been destroyed, and I think this is a very good chance for Wildfire to get inside of the city. And we can notice that the defense, by defensive side, they mostly defending the A and the B, and they're just defending the point C, right?
I think so, because point A is going to be probably left without defense. Then point B has been taken already in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
So it seems like the defenders are trying to implement the similar strategy as some of the other teams did. Just retreat to C, get a very good position over there, and let's fight over there.
And so after claiming the A and the B, the attacker's time will be extended, and they will have around 15 minutes or 13 minutes to make their next step, and the time will be really good for them and make them have really good situation. And also we can notice at the beginning of the game, the Wildfire, they didn't use any of the chamber shatter, because they didn't fight with any enemies, so they can use all of their chamber shatter to attack the C or the final base. That was very good news for them.
Yeah, it's much more efficient, of course, not to waste these trebuchets, especially even if they would be fighting for A and B. The outlet of the map is just doesn't give the trajectory of trebuchets being very efficient around A and B. So yeah, let's see. So now the attacking side must group up around the fort and make a decision how they're gonna arrange their offensive actions. But being shot, 2 shots from mortars of defending side. So I'm afraid that now it's gonna be a very positional play from both sides. So let's see whose artillery is gonna be more efficient over there.
Yeah. Claiming point C, the most important part is that you have to claim the supply point first, if you can do that, because next to the point C, the defenders has a supply point there, and if the attackers cannot take over that point, and it will make them make their plan very hard to finish, because the defender will have their supply very soon and always in time, and the attacker, of course, they also have a supply point outside of the point C, and sometimes they will set the mortars or some artillery there to do some attack on the point C and make the defender feel really uncomfortable. And also around the point C, the city walls around the point is really important, because if you can take over the city walls and have right there, and you can set some grape shot there. You know the point C is in a very narrow area, and you just need to use your grape shot to aim at your opponents. They will feel really uncomfortable and made a lot of trouble to them.
Absolutely, and grape shot. They're very, very powerful in close range. It's just amazingly effective weapon there. So let's see how the Formalhaut is going to be planning this defense, because for them it seems like the gate is going to be breached by the attackers, and now the first offensive is coming, and we see 3 sword heroes leading their infantry through the breach, and now the fight is going on. Jessica, can we see closer? Thank you very much. So more and more units are flowing in. The pikemen are trying to stop the advance. Nafar guards are from both sides being unleashing hell and fire on all of these units inside. Oh, Conqueror's Bread, this is a massacre over there, and it's getting more and more welcoming for Formalhaut in this situation. I see more and more red colors over there, and it seems like the first offensive of Wildfire did not succeed.
Yeah, the Formalhaut now has successfully defended their point C. For temporarily, the point C is still safe. And now let's see the units number for the also for the attackers. They down 100 units right now to the defenders. And I think the first wave attack is you cannot say it's not good, and it's made some progress there. And at least you make the defender feel really uncomfortable. And next, I think it's better for changing their direction. And I think if they can claim the supply point first, and that would be very good for claiming the point C, not just directly for the point C, I think.
Absolutely, but as we noticed before, the supply point is being protected by 2 units at least over there. So spearmen, loyal guards over there, some pikemen, and they're sitting on that supply point being healed continuously. And with some artillery help, I think that it's going to be a very strong point to claim. All right, so now trebuchets shots are coming. I'm not seeing exact amount of damage that's being done, but now the fight is on the walls, and more shots being released from both sides. And for Formalhaut, it seems like they are in control for now, but I'm not sure how long it's going to last. With all the aggression then being applied by Wildfire.
Yeah, the attackers still didn't find a very good chance to breach in, and all the paths that can lead to the point C are tightly defended by the defenders. And then now the only choice for them is to keep using their chamber shed for doing some possibly damage to.
But now they're changing their approach and going through the breach. So we see at least 7 heroes over there, supported by Vergracia pikemen, pikes on pikes, rapid advance of Imperial guards, and one of the short sword heroes is just being a little bit too opportunistic. Unfortunately, I don't think that it's going to go for him very well. But he's being very tanky and survived a lot of beating. But Zex actually claimed his life over there. So now the more and more units are trying to rotate to this area that's being threatened. Big shots are coming from the great shots and from mortars to this advancing blue army. And now palace guards, I believe, Imperial pikemen guards, 2 of these units are now advancing forward to meet the attackers. But they've been shot and they've been burned. But oh my god, this is a very, very chaotic display over there, Brad. Yeah. So beautiful.
And now the attackers has successfully defeated this waves of defenders attack. And now I think they it's kind of the units number are pretty even, and all the team have the even chance, even situation right now. And attackers now try to, I think they want to claim the supply point between the C and the final base first. I think they want to do that to cut off the supply routine for defenders. And the Nafa, you can say, is burning everywhere. It's so brutal.
Absolutely, that's a very, very important supportive unit with not only the damage but the dazed effect that it applies to everyone that it hits. It's a very crucial tool over there. So Tundra Yeomen are not being put into a very good position from the red team. They're being just charged through and stomped to the ground by the blue artillery of Wildfire, and it's actually going pretty well for them. They have secured this area around the supply point. They cut off the line of reinforcements, the road, to help Point C defenders to get anyone from new respawning heroes. Very interesting choice by Wildfire, and it seems like it's going well. But from the other side now, Formahat is counter-attacking. 5 heroes are now trying to push out and get some help to Point C.
Yeah, and now the defender has released a squad of cavalry want to charge down the attackers around the supply point, but I don't think that is the number is enough for doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything has flipped, and now with all the units of Wildfire, they being just scattered across the map and trying to be opportunistic with the damage they've been dealing. But now with the loyal guards, oh my god, these shots on loyal guards from Trebuchet, it was just... It depends on whether you're rooting for the first team or the other one, whether it was a beautiful or not very pleasant display over there with that shot.
And for now, absolutely, the attackers now has secured the point C right now. They are totally taking lead on around the point C, because all defenders, they are like they got blocked outside of the point C. And now the attacker is claiming the point C, and that is very good news for them. And they also use the chamber shot to block the backup from the defenders. And I think they will have the point C, and the time will be extended to around 10 minutes. And so they will have a long time to attack the final base. That will be a great pressure for defenders.
Absolutely, and judging by the amount of casualties on both sides, it seems like both teams being exchanging a lot of damage to each other. So we have slightly more than 700 on Wildfire side and 560 units on the defending side of Formahat. Well, not sure about the quality of the units. We see a lot of tier 2 pikeman militia and some other not so expensive units, but it seems like Wildfire, with their aggressiveness, they actually caused a lot of damage.
Yeah. The defenders, seeing this kind of situations, they responded to this pretty well. And the defenders, Formahat now has taken the supply point back outside of the point C, and they now has successfully gathered all their units together. Like they want to push out all of the attackers here, and they just don't want them to get approached to the supply point. Of course, the final base.
Absolutely. So the defending side has decided not to retreat to the base, as many teams would do in that case, but to defend 2 main approaches to the next part. Especially exactly what we were talking about before this match began.
Yeah. And now both teams, because now it's the season 6 for Complex Spade League. This kind of people are getting more and more familiar with the maps, and they will invent some pretty new strategy on different gameplays. And now I think and also these experienced teams, they are very mature, and they know they just cannot let the team fight take place around the final base, and that will be very dangerous for them.
Absolutely. Every mistake in that kind of a fight would cause a very high possibility of you retreating, trying to regroup, and these couple of seconds may be too decisive for the attackers to capture the final black. So this is kind of a gap. There is a buffer of time. If you're fighting in this area, you have more chances to survive if you make any mistake.
Yeah, but I think for both sides, now they don't have not so many legions right now. So every legions, they must be very careful, and they must charge them, because now it's kind of the game is pretty intense and pretty tight. And if you just made one mistake, then will lead you to the lose. The defenders are everywhere outside of the point C, and now the attackers feel so hard to get out of the point C. If they want to get out, and they will get charged or rushed by the defenders.
Yes, but now Wildfire actually decides to start their advance from the left part. So one of the cavalry units is breaking through, and some shieldmen being actually pushed back by Imperial pikeman advance. Nafra guards are still there, haven't been threatened, haven't been destroyed, killed yet.
Yeah.
So very well played, very safe, efficient approach of using that unit.
Yeah.
Oh, big shots are coming from the Culverin and other artillery. So 5-man advance on pikemen. Then the unit is being followed by palace guards, I believe. I'm not sure from this angle whether it's palace guards, swords and shields, or some other unit. Seems like one of these, and loyal guards. Well, very standard tier 4 units roster for all CBLs.
Yeah. And now the attackers have successfully got out of the point C, but the situation is kind of terrible for them because it got surrounded by the defenders outside, and all the Legion's attackers left. For now, it's not that many, and so I think it's very hard to deal with the defenders at this area right now. The attackers should gather more, assemble more units, come back again, and these units cannot make it.
Yes, most definitely. You're right, and I see like it's kind of getting very chaotic when these units are from
guys
behind.
Are sneaky, sneakily getting inside of the point final base, and now the defenders has noticed that, and all of them come back to try to stop the attacker capturing the final base. And this was very funny to see. The attacker is still trying to take the final base, and now the defenders just only the 2 or 3 defenders on the screen. And that is way too less, and that is not enough to capture, to interrupt the capturing. Yes, congratulations to
Wildfire. Yeah. Beautiful move at the end. Let's get to the MVPs and best players, and then to analysis of this game. So Wildfire, Hanshin, beautiful moves with dual blades, a lot of damage being done by his units to the enemies, more than 1 million points of damage over there. A lot of damage, 53,000 for hero damage. Only 4 kills, but 4 kills in a Conqueror's Blade League, in close to the grand finals. This is a spectacular thing.
Yeah, very impressive KDA. And let's see the MP from another side. For the former hot is Jinling Lou, and he got 3 kills, 8 assists, and also at the same time he dealt 56,944 damage to heroes, and also killed 96. I think the whole match is kind of out of expectations stuff. For the Wildfire, it's the very first time they felt it's very hard to attack on the point C, but then they tried to figure it out, and they started to attack the supply point out of the point C, and they made a great trouble to defenders, and all of the defenders have to do a retreat to defend their final base or their supply point. And so this was a great chance for Wildfire. They had a chance to take over the point C, and the later game, the defenders was pretty good, and they defended so well, and outside of the point C, they just won't let the attackers get out, and make the attackers feel so uncomfortable. But so attackers, another out of expectation story, right? Attackers just sneakily get into the final base.
That move what was very interesting before, because after leaving C, part of Wildfire's troops actually moved to the supply point, and another part actually changed the direction, and this very rapid advance, they just moved straight to the final point. And I think that when the defenders who were fighting outside of the base, they just saw the UI saying our base has been captured, and I can just only imagine what kind of voice commands was going on during their communication in their team. Guys, we've been flanked, we're losing the game, quickly come back.
What happened to our home?
I think that was just this psychological factor, and they started rushing back, and on their way they're being attacked from behind and just taking too much damage. So very beautiful, smart play by Wildfire, and extremely well defended by former Hot for so long. They've been very much disciplined, and playing a very close game, but with one unpredictable move, the game goes to Wildfire. Beautiful, beautiful play over there. I'm very happy about this one.
We always say that for if you want to be the best one or the best teams in Complex Spade League, you need to have a very good understanding of maps. But it also requires that you have a very good improvising stuff. That you need to know how to respond to the instant situation in game, and that is very, very important. It's we know all the teams will make some plans before the game, but just, always sticking to our plans all the time is kind of impossible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you need to have a really quick response to all the kind of situations. And I think the Wildfire they did a very, very both team. I think they did pretty well in this game.
The armies that they chose for the map were very balanced. The whole game was much balanced. But as you said, there are many factors that involved into winning or losing.
Yeah.
Not only what you just said, improvisation and the knowledge about the maps or units, but also psychological factor, then how you're going to organize your people.
Yeah.
We have even some cases when teams were just leaving the tournament because of some organizational moments within their teams.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of time, a lot of skill, a lot of effort to participate, and even more be successful in the CBL. So that's why we are so much appreciate you guys for enjoying this event with us. We appreciate and very much grateful to all the participants. And if you feel like joining CBL in the future, we're already planning the next CBL after phase 1, after Wolves of Ragnarok season. So make sure that you're gonna be there, organize your team. Maybe even Booming gonna organize a team, right? What do you think?
I don't think this is a very good idea, but I love this idea.
I can imagine with weapons that we use, it's like half Nodachi, half I don't know what other classes we usually play. Short bow,
short bows, and
Nodachi short bow team.
I did the community streams a lot of times before the CBL, right? That was not a very good memory, about my gameplays. I played so bad, and I remember the one time that once I spent 3 hours to win just to win 3 games, just what happened, dude?
Well, it's actually not such an... When you told me about your plan to run this challenge, 3 wins in a row, I told you that it's not so easy because you have 30 people in the team. You are one solo guy.
Yeah, but at the very first stream, I won the 6 times. Yeah, just that's
6 times.
Yeah,
wow.
six games. Yeah,
nice.
Yes, and the 4 in a row. Yeah, I thought it was pretty easy for me.
Cool. All right, guys. So as the choice of teams goes, both teams decided to play Continopolis 2 times. So the army compositions, basically, again, we have all of the players, majority of them going with Imperial Guards and other pikemen of tier 4 plus pikemen militia, some support of halberdiers, berserkers are going to be mixed from both sides. Overall, Brett, it seems like the choices are very much similar to the previous
very much
games.
similar. To previous games. I think the both teams they have chosen the same map, and I think the plans will be no much difference.
Yeah, I see 1 winged hussar unit, then Nafar guards, 2 of these from Wildfire, and what is very pleasant display for me is that I will see shield maidens brought by Wildfire.
Yeah. Morgan, when you play in Continental Place in the daily matchmaking, will you defend the point A or point B, or you just just directly abandon them?
Well, because I actually mostly play alone, without a team, so it's much dictated about the improvisation and the chaotic experience of playing with random players. So it's not like we are making choice by ourselves in a 15 versus 15.
So some people will choose to defend it, some people will just
Yeah, it's more chaotic. It's totally different game like CBL and just casual, quick matchmaking. So we're not even close to that.
Yeah. Both teams are pretty close, so I think probably this time for the chance for both situation for both teams are even, and we want to say the game 3 at the grassland. I think both. If I just imagine that these two teams play at the grassland, that would be very, very interesting.
Yeah, and you remember that due to some changes, balancing changes for the last couple of seasons, we also see on field battles that the army compositions are slightly now leaning to some support with infantry, not just only tier 5 cavalry units present over there. So it's also a very pleasant thing.
Yeah.
And now bombards.
Bombards,
these are beasts.
Just beast, yeah. Only on this map, and as the attacking side, you can use this like a crazy artillery and just enjoy it. You just cannot use this very often. Yeah.
Oh man, but
yeah.
When you experience these shots are being sent to your units or to your hero, that's just not the most pleasant experience in Conqueror's Blade. I always try to stay away from the trajectory of these guys.
Yeah. But if you're the attacking side, I imagine that you just like I don't want to leave them. Yeah, I just want to keep using them for all the time.
Yeah, maybe we could experiment with adding some of these bombards to other maps, and I think that we could play around with that. All right, guys. So what we're seeing is that the approach of Wildfire regarding the defending of Constantinopolis is opposite to what we've seen from their opponents when those were defending. While Formalhaut decided to retreat to point C, Wildfire actually spreading all of their units, all their heroes all across the wall, and they're trying to actually form one strong frontline defense. So different approach. Let's see who's going to be more efficient with their ideas here.
And as we mentioned before, we have made some adjustment to the siege towers this season, and I think this is also the reason made that Harbor City won't be that popular anymore. And I think that is also a reason for Constantinopolis and the Warford to become a very popular maps for this time CBL.
Absolutely, because to those of you guys who just joined us or doesn't remember the patch that changed the mechanics, we added 2 different hitboxes for siege towers, the top part and the bottom part. So the bottom part is much easier to be destroyed. So we are trying to give some advantage to players who are attacking, especially for Harbor City.
Yeah.
People are always speaking like defending on Harbor City because you kill all of these siege towers before they come, but unfortunately it led to a very stale and not very entertaining gameplay over there.
Yeah. So all the opinions are coming from you guys. So you guys' opinions are really important for us. So just like keep telling us what you think, and we will listen to what you just said, and that is really important for us. So just leave your comments here. And now I think the attackers have already reached the city walls, and they have set up some mortars here, try to make some damage to the defenders. Defenders, they just this times the Wildfires, they just didn't like the last game. They just won't abandon the point A and the point B directly, and they're still wandering off the A and the B. It seems like they are trying to defend these points. Maybe they just pretended to, or we want to defend in this area, but we will retreat eventually.
Yeah, maybe you're right, and that kind of some mind games over there, but it seems like they are committing. And now a Trebuchet is going to be dealing a lot of damage to this Mortalatorian. But actually, that was a lucky one, you see?
Yeah.
Some damage done, but the unit is still there, so happy ending for them.
Yeah, I think for this time, the Wildfire, whatever, if they want to defend A and B, I think that is a very good choice, because for attackers, we know that you are just like, you are not only competing with the defenders, you are also competing with the time. And if the defenders do that kind of thing like the Wildfire did this time, and you can waste a lot of time.
Absolutely,
for
and
attackers.
oh no, it's not a good sign for the defenders. Point B has been lost, and almost half of the point. And unfortunately, we can't even see what's going on over there. I remember that there was a fight going, and here it is. This is exactly what's going on over there.
Well, this is a massacre here, and it's
Absolutely.
pretty brutal.
Wind Hussars,
Yes,
that's
yeah.
not the situation that these guys want to be in, because with all of these Imperial Pikeman Guards, that is a terrible spot. But Berserkers have flanked all the blue units from behind. They are dealing lots of damage to regiments. I see like 2 or 3 units of Berserkers being used over there. Well, anyway, so now we see that Wildfire actually was able to clear out the attacking forces.
Yeah.
Quite pity that Wind Hussars were used and wasted in such a manner over there.
Yeah. But actually, I don't think that narrow street is very good for Wind Hussars. It's like
Exactly.
Yeah, it get too close with the infantries.
Overall, this map is not so favorable for cavalry, but
Yeah.
some teams, you remember, like Crusaders
Yes,
during
yeah.
last tournament,
Yeah.
when they did this front charge
Yeah.
from the city, outside
Yeah.
of the city
City,
gates,
yeah.
and just slaughtered everyone over
Yeah,
there.
this is totally different gameplay.
Yeah. All right. Nafar guards are going to be helping all the pikemen to defend this area around the stairs, but the attacking side is very much determined to push forward. Berserkers are in frenzied state, being pushed back by Imperial Guards advance, and again, good episode, well played by both sides, but it seems like Wildfire is being able to push the attackers back.
One bad news for the defenders, the supply point next to point C has successfully claimed by the attackers, and they should pay close attention to it. And this is a very important supply point for them. And now the point A is claiming by the attackers, and so the time will be extended after the claim.
Absolutely, and this is a very important moment for the defending side, because they know there is no reason to set up. We just need to organize our plans of how we're going to be defending these small forts around C. And one of the interesting choices always on this map is whether you're going to abandon the supply point that we're now seeing right over here, or you're going to be defending it. So Wildfire decides to actually retreat from it. It gives it away to the attacking side for free. What do you think about this choice?
I think this is not a very good choice. Yeah, because all the points in the game are pretty important, especially for this supply point, and you just cannot abandon it. And but for the point A and the point B, you can abandon it, and you can just abandon it, and then also you can take good use of A and B to waste the attacker's time, and you just cannot really defend that area because the A and B is so hard to defend.
Yes, they are. But again, it's all about the approach that teams are choosing. So, fortunately or not, but we are seeing that Wildfire made a totally different choice than their opponents. They tried to defend A and B for some time. Maybe it gave them some time. They gave them some advantage over there. They also dealt a lot of damage to incoming attackers.
Yeah.
But again, we come back to the same situation.
Yeah.
Fort C.
Yeah, compared to the last game, compared to the previous game, I remember that last time the Wildfire has, after the Wildfire claimed the A and the B, that time is like the 15 minutes. And this time, for the Fomalhaut, one after claiming the A and the B, it only got like around 9 minutes. I think the Wildfire did much better on this kind of the stage for Fomalhaut. Let's see how they will defend their point C and how will the Fomalhaut get through the point C.
I think that we already have some indications of plans of Fomalhaut. You see like 5 heroes around supply point. They're actually have placed some mortar over there trying to apply some damage. But it seems like with 5 heroes over there, maybe they're trying to coordinate and attack simultaneously from this side as well.
Yeah. You see the chamber shed is kept using by the attackers. It feels like
big shot over there.
Yeah, fireworks.
Excuse me.
Now the attackers are still outside of the point C. They are still trying to find a very good time. But I think they have like the greater chance to take over the point C because they have already taken over the supply point and they left several squads on that supply point, and that can absolutely give the defenders a huge surprise.
Definitely, and while you were talking, I was just amused by amount of clicks and moves that the defenders are doing to avoid all of these mortars.
Yeah. It's like a dodging game, right?
Yeah, it's all about now shooting and dodging over there.
Press your X, move from there to here to there.
And guys, like one of the questions that I wanted to ask to you, just to casually discuss that with you, it's not going to determine any changes regarding or represent our position on that. What do you think about the mechanics of camera following the projectiles of artillery? When you shoot with mortar and you can follow with your camera the trajectory of the projectile, what do you think about it, especially in Conqueror's Blade League rule set? How about you, Brett? What do you think about this mechanics?
I think we just cannot follow the projectile in Conqueror's Blade League because this guy that they've already so good, and they just cannot the buff them anymore. Yeah.
But now a big push from two sides is right here. The main gate is being conquered by the attackers. They've been thrown all the fire from Nafraguards of the defenders, being pushed back very actually efficiently and easily. And now Nafraguards are rotating and destroying all the units who came from the supply point and from the tunnel. That was not a very successful push from the formal Hotter there.
Yeah. And I always can find some enjoyment in Nafraguards. I love seeing the burning everything. I see the scene was so beautiful, and it's always so good. And then now the defender is still taking control of their point C. The point C temporarily is for now so far is still very safety, and the attackers, even though they have claimed the supply point next to point C, they still cannot find a very effective way to get in.
No, they definitely can't, but they need to figure out the way and make up their mind very quickly, because 5 minutes is not that much. It may seem that it's something.
Yeah.
So some Tundra Yeomen over there just to support the push of all the pikeman units of the blue team, and we see some rotation. I'm not sure if players are trying to change their Tundra Yeomen to some other units. Maybe they want to get some more infantry, but I'm sure that we'll know about that in a couple of minutes.
And the attackers are now around the platform outside of the point C. They are waiting for the time to do the second wave of attack. And now I think the time is really not very enough for them. They must pace up to start their attack, or they will have a greater chance to lose the game. And the defenders, all the thing that they should do is pretty simple. They just need to waste the attacker time and then try their best to defend the point C. And even though they will lost many troops, but if they can waste a lot of time with attackers, and they can have a greater chance to win. And you can see now the main gates, the city walls on there was fallen, and now the pass was pretty wide. And here comes squad by squad of cavalries, and they rush back. And now the fight is pretty intense.
But now with all these units lying on the ground with their color blue, it seems like with more and more reinforcements of Wildfire, this defense episode is going to be pretty much successful again.
The attackers for now still didn't make any progress on point C. The defenders for the Wildfire, they did pretty well, and they always knock down all the attack from the attackers, and they're still taking control of this area. Oh. And now one spear guy of the defenders is outside of point C, and soon got surrounded by the attackers, and now
I think he was a little bit too opportunistic there and too adventurous. It wasn't a very, very careful move here. So
the time comes to the last 3 minutes.
And what is important, not only time, but the quality of units on the
Yeah.
attacking side. You see that already some lower tier units are being
Yeah.
showing up, and it's all, not even 500 units left on the attacking side, and 50% more on the defending, 664. So we're seeing a lot of advantage on the Wildfire side over here, and this is going to be the last push, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I'm looking
this
forward.
is going to be last push, yeah. And because the defenders still have like over 700 troops right now, and they will have some high-tier units there, and but for the attackers, the unit numbers are so low, they only have less than 500 units, and now they, but they still got like 5 championships, they still can use their championships.
And the most important, they have brave hearts. They're not going to be surrendering that easily.
Yeah.
They don't need numbers.
Yeah.
All right, Formalhat, this is your chance. If you lose this game,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately,
you will go eliminated.
you will not have a chance to get through the grand
Yeah.
final, and you need that. You've been working so hard for this thing.
Yeah.
Formalhat, do your best and get us this point. We want to see the third game today.
Yeah, just go for Mahot. And now here comes the third wave of attack. For Mahot just cannot wait anymore. They want to defeat all the enemies around the point C. They want to claim the point C. And but here comes the charge by the Imperial Guards with the defenders. They nail down all the attackers here around here. And on the screen we cannot see any blue here. And defenders now out of the point C, try to chase down every attackers out there.
And here comes the counter-attack just to finalize this final decision of the defending side to win and claim this game. They are now rushing forward, trying to crush all the remaining sides of the defending units. Oh my god, this is going to be now last minute of total massacre, destruction, and slaughter for Formalhat, executed by Wildfire.
Yeah, the defender is claiming back the supply point, and they just
Reclaiming,
now to,
taking
like,
back their city.
Yeah, they're waiting for the time to the end. They just can celebrate their victory right now.
Absolutely. They are now living the city themselves and just trying to take all the heads of remaining attacking forces. Only 2 heroes left who are available to being chased by the Wildfire. 30 seconds on timer, ladies and gentlemen, but this was a very, very expressive way to claim your right to get to play against Crusaders.
Yeah. And now we can say 3 men, last standing 3 men, and the goal is surrounded by the defenders. The defenders are claiming their supply points, and now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Bravo. GG,
congratulations.
well played,
Wow.
Wildfire.
Yeah, the Wildfire burned down.
Oh yeah, that was
Formalhat,
spectacular, spectacular match over there. So
Yeah.
let's go with the MVP first.
Yeah, the MVP from Formalhat is Formalhat Zhao Yun. He got 2 deaths and 3 assists, and killed 76 troops, and also dealt 30,179 damage to heroes. And let's see the MVP from another side.
And that's something crazy. So we have Ryan with 9 kills with almost 160,000 damage to heroes by himself. Then a lot of damage to
come
units.
on.
Almost
that
2
was
million
crazy.
damage.
Yeah,
to
that was crazy.
Yeah, that's okay. Spear, take notes, guys. Spear is quite effective in the game sometimes.
Oh, that was ridiculous KDA, right?
Absolutely, and the damage done,
Yeah,
beautiful
they
individual
performed
skill
so
over
well.
there.
Yeah, and I remember this guy, the Ryan, and the second place, the Nami. Yeah, they played always like the top of their team, and the MVP will be the Ryan or the
Can
Nami,
we
yeah.
see the stats of Nami with
Nami,
the short
yeah.
bow?
On the second place player, Nami.
I'm just curious about the damage stats over there.
Yeah. Maybe Jessica just leave the computer.
Yeah, she doesn't like us anyway, so
Yeah.
mutual.
Sure. Yeah, but we want to say the KDA of Wildfire Nami at the second on the second place. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So 70,000 for damage to heroes. Not actually, yeah. Very, very well played. Like on using this class, and dashing a lot of damage to heroes, this is one of your priorities. You
Yeah.
need to snipe and use the crowd control abilities
Yeah.
just to as much distraction to players
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah, and congratulations to Wildfire
Absolutely,
again.
bravo
Yeah,
over
you
there.
guys gonna be in the finals versus Crusaders, and we also need to pay our respect to former Hot. You guys are so good. You guys were the champion. We were the second place for last time CBL, and we own this, and we really appreciate what you just on this performed in this tournament. And you guys are always the elite team. And sometimes it's quite common to say in a sports game, in an esports game. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you will lose. But the story, the most interesting about the story is that you always will come back and fight back. And I hope the former Hot will come back in the next season. And because you guys are still the top 4, even the top 3 teams for the CBL, you can come back, and the next time maybe you can be the new king and crown and take the crown from the Wildfire or Crusaders.
Yeah, I doubt that I couldn't say better. I'm not gonna add anything to that. Just thank you very much for Mahot and for all the people who've been rooting for this team. We see that as a huge success for the team, and we hope that next season, after Rules of Ragnarok, we will see this team again here. Thank you very much for Mahot.
Yeah, and 10 minutes later, it's gonna be the Grand Finals.
Grand Finals,
Yeah,
yes!
it's
This
gonna
is what
be-
we've been waiting for.
Yeah, and let's take the 2 minutes rest, and we'll come back. And we also have brought a special gift today.
Yeah, we're gonna show you some cool thing that we prepared for our players from. Let's not spoil now.
Yeah.
See you in a couple of minutes,
Yeah,
guys.
2
Thank you
minutes
for
later.
being here,
Yeah.
and keep in touch.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Yeah. And this is the time for grand finals.
Yes!
And
Finals!
yeah, let's say their names.
We've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crusaders
And Wildfire.
Yeah. And so we just say Wildfire just burn down the former hot. And they will if they will continue their fire.
Be respectful to Formalhot though, because
Yeah.
they actually beat a lot of enemies and they did
right.
amazingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wildfire, that was amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Totally loving it.
Yeah, and the Crusaders now is waiting for so long time, and now here comes the grand finals. But
Yes.
before that, we need to tell you guys about the new rules about the grand finals. Yeah, and I know in the past CBLs we will have the best of 7 or best of 5.
We had both.
Yeah, we had both, and this time, we have best of 7, but the rules is a little bit different.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because the Crusaders, we know they didn't lose any game before, didn't lose any series before.
Yeah, they only lost one match against Wildfire.
Yeah, and here comes the Wildfire. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So guys, what happened is basically the higher brackets during yesterday's match.
Yeah.
Wildfire got defeated by Crusaders,
yeah.
and Wildfire went down to the lower bracket.
Yeah.
There in the lower bracket today we had a fight versus Formalhot and Wildfire fighting each other. So now Wildfire, after winning, gets back to higher bracket
Yeah.
and gets the chance to fight for the champion status.
Yeah.
Whew.
And the team from the top bracket, and absolutely they will have some advantage. Like the Crusaders will get started the grand finals with 1
Point.
1 point
Yes.
first. So the point at the very beginning will be 1-2-0. Actually, we'll have 6 games, and for the Wildfire they have 6 times. To beat down the Crusaders, or for Crusaders they have 6 times to beat down the Wildfire. For the Crusaders, they've already got 1 point, so they just need
3 more points to win the series. Yes.
Yeah, and for Wildfire, they need 4 more points to win the series.
Yes, four wins.
Yeah,
That's
4
something
wins.
that it's not gonna be
Yeah.
very, very easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any team win Crusaders 4 times before. I didn't see any team win beat down Crusader 4 times.
They actually never lost series.
You know, one interesting thing that I interviewed the Crusaders captain last in this season, just several days ago. I asked him what is your goal for this time in CBL?
Did you say in the same pronunciation? What is your goal?
Yeah, what is your goal? And you guess what he just said?
I don't know.
It's a pretty with a powerful and a strong sentence. It's just 2 words. Champion. Period.
Okay.
Champion. Period. Yeah.
All right, that's a
No
statement.
more
over
words.
there.
Yes, just very clean and powerful, right? Yeah.
Exactly
Only for
describes
champions.
their way of playing these games.
Games, yeah.
Every time very organized, but aggressive and ruthless to their opponents.
Yeah. And last was also very confident. And
He has all the reasons.
yeah. Has reason. He was saying that we come here for we just come here for the triple crown. We just come here for win 3 times in a row. Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing else.
What did his team accomplish by winning 2 CBL tournaments
Yeah.
without losing series? That's
Yeah.
just insane. So I totally understand why his team and himself
Yeah,
is so
yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
So, but we have Wildfire here.
Yeah. Well, by Wildfire here. Yeah.
And it may not be that obvious who's going to be the champion. Majority of players, of viewers actually having their hopes on Crusader,
Yeah.
giving them some advantage. But Wildfire is being unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah.
Their moves, their actions and tactics,
Yeah.
you cannot predict what is going on in these crazy Korean minds.
Yeah.
So talented team.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to this match.
And we also opened our official Twitter account, and we post a link. We post a post that asks you guys which team are your favorite team and which team you support most. And the most answers are Crusaders, Wildfire, and VN House. Yeah, and so these two teams are like have really popular among the fans.
Three. You said three
three.
teams,
Yeah.
right?
Today is just
Yeah.
like these
Yeah,
two
yeah.
teams. Yeah, they was like the popular teams, and they have a large fans. And the Crusaders, we know we have introduced a lot of times, and I think the people must know that the Crusader is a team from China's mainland, and the Wildfire, they comes from Korea. So this is kind of the first time the Korea team appear on the CBL,
Absolutely.
the grand final stage. Yeah, and this is gonna like the China mainland team versus Korea team. Yeah, this is gonna be very very interesting. And if Wildfire beat down the Crusaders, and they will become the first Korean team claiming the first place of CBL, ever. Yeah.
Yes, in our history, we only had one occasion when Vian House won the first CBL,
Yeah.
a team from Thailand, Vietnam. So that's actually is why, and one of the reasons why they have so many fans.
Yeah.
Vian House also being joining every CBL, and after the first season, in the second season, they actually didn't go so well for them.
Yeah.
But starting from season 3 and until now, actually they're always on a kind of higher level, and they're
Yeah.
improving again and again.
Yeah.
Again, competing against very strong
Yeah,
teams.
and also for the whole CBL so far, and we have, you know, all of our staff are so happy because we have seen a lot of new faces coming to the CBL this time, especially like the team like BYK
Yeah.
and Kingdom, they're a team from Japan, and this time was like the very first time for them appearing on the CBL stage, and the BYK they performed pretty well, and very sadly they got eliminated by Crusaders on I think it's on the top 16 stage, and the Kingdom I think is like also on the BYK is on the top 8 stage, and the Kingdom is on the top 16 stage, and we also have like Vian House. They were the champions for the S2 House Invitational Tournament. Back then, the CBL is not CBL; it was a House Invitational Tournament, and they didn't perform really well on the past 2 seasons. But this time they came back, and we know they got eliminated right now. But their story really inspired us because like. The legends just will never rest and never die. Yeah,
Absolutely.
They just will have some rest and they will come back, and they want to like keep writing their stories, and that is what we just want, and that is what Conqueror's Blade want to bring to all of you guys, especially for the Conqueror's Blade League, because you can say that if you watch the yesterday's South American divisions game, and you know like the 2 teams like. So Loli and Loli Lava, and I don't remember the other team's name, and they don't have like enough team members because of the COVID, and but they just didn't give up, and they still competed in the game, and performed really well, and just respect. And that spirit is what we want, and uplift us all the time, and that's what is Conqueror's Blade wants to bring all of us.
Absolutely. People here are writing their own history of participation in CBL,
Yeah.
and while playing territory wars, they also are marking our game with their presence, with changing of what is going on in
Yeah.
the game. And guys, thank you so much for following this tournament. I know that many of you actually participated in CBL or know someone who participated, and for the future of this championship, as you know, we are on the way of a global CBL with not only NetEase as a publisher and Booming as a publisher, but also with our partners from My Games. So if you are watching this stream and you are located in North America or in European regions, then I'm hoping to see your teams very soon at CBL.
Yeah, and also tomorrow, after tonight, tomorrow will also be a very very big day for CBL, because tonight's the winner, the grand finals winner, gonna against the China's mainland, the NetEase versions, the winner. Like they will have like a huge battle tomorrow.
Yes, so tomorrow we have Pros Publisher Grand Final.
Yeah,
This is
grand
like
final.
Championship of Asia.
Yeah,
let's
it's
say.
gigantic final, right?
Yeah. So let's see how it's gonna go. The
Yeah.
time is gonna be the same as today, I believe.
Yeah, no, it's
No?
gonna be. I think if I remember correctly, it's gonna be 20 o'clock sharp.
Okay.
Yeah, so UTC plus 8. And tomorrow is also will be the very first day of MENA division. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've been waiting for this moment for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And so this weekend's are very interesting, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are very much looking forward into tomorrow's matches. But first of all, we need to determine who's going to be the actual champion of Southeast Asia
Yeah.
of booming divisions,
Yeah.
Crusader or Wildfire.
And with the MENA, Asia, and South American divisions games, and we will have like a friendly tournament with the European and the North American servers, the
Yes.
champions.
And regarding that, guys, yes, it's very important because I'm seeing on Twitch chat some discussion regarding the rules, and one of the players been complaining that his team wasn't accepted for my games tournament. I think like one of the criteria is the amount of rank points for our tournament, but as we mentioned, the global championship is not yet has not yet begun. So we are not going to be running an official competition between us and my games houses any closer before the next season of CBL.
Yeah.
So the matches that we are going to have in the near future is just friendly matches. So please do not take it as a real competition. over there.
Yeah, it's very friendly. Yeah, it's just a play for friendship. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I still remember the last times the friendly tournament is kind of the very first friendly tournament for both of us. Yeah, and I remember that a team called the Pondigal. Yeah, oh, they were pretty good, and they just like beat down Crusaders one time and once. Yeah, I think that was pretty
Very surprising for many, but it's
yeah.
very cool because the approach and the play style
Yeah.
is slightly different
Yeah.
in the regions, especially with the weapons choices. You remember, like
Yeah.
in many Asian teams, players prefer to go very heavy with spears.
Yeah.
But for North America and Europe,
You
you
will
see
go for hammers. Yeah.
walls and this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is also very interesting. Even for the South American division, all of them are booming versions and booming servers. And the South American players and the MENA players, they have their gameplay style is totally different from the Asia and NetEase server. That's very very interesting to see, and that is the diversity of complex play.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, and you can
People
always-
from different countries united by saying,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that it's a hobby. It's a more like a lifestyle
Yeah,
for
lifestyle, yeah.
our core players.
Yeah.
So guys, we totally understand how much time, how much effort you've been putting while trying to participate in competitive matches in ranked mode, in territory wars, hopefully in CBL. And thank you so much. We are working on bringing you more stuff in the upcoming seasons,
Yeah.
and we are very excited about that.
Yeah, and now we just said today we have a special
So
thing. Need to like.
I think we're ready for that. The world is ready for that.
we're-
It's a small thing, guys, but it's so cool. I'm so much. I like it so much.
Yeah.
The
Take a look. It's just the box.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing more. That's all.
the content is looking much better than the box.
Yeah, the content. What if I open this?
I don't know. We need some drums or some. Come on, let's open it quickly.
I guess what's inside? It's just another box. So. Let's take it.
Very classic.
Classic. And yeah.
Here it is, guys.
Here it is, guys, and you can say this one, yeah, the champion, yeah, and you know this, and as you can say, we have this like exclusive inclusive rewards for champion. So this is the gift for champion.
But to make it clear, this is the Snowstorm, the previous
Yes,
CBL's
CBL's
trophy
champion.
for the champions. What is inside?
What is
Actually, you
inside?
can already see on the picture. We have this cool Scourge of Winter BP100 attire, and it's within the colors of the champions.
This is Roro.
Yes, my boy.
My boy.
Okay, let's see him. Where is he?
Yeah. Let's take it from here. Let's take it. Let's see what's inside of it. Or maybe from the right you cannot see it very clearly. Yeah. It's just take
All right, some cool stickers I see.
Yeah. The stickers, right? You see the stickers, very beautiful stickers, and also
I see how you.
yeah, very beautiful stickers. I want them.
You can't have them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You never did anything in CBL.
Yeah.
And guys, here is the main course over there.
Yeah,
We have the
here's
weapon.
the main course. You see this one, like the black one, is very beautiful. Actually, it's this one. Yeah. This,
Wait,
this
he's
one
not
is-
complete.
It's not complete.
He's missing his hand, you see?
Yeah, obviously his hands. Yeah, and so we can like.
And legs. How about?
And
Oh yes.
Also, yeah, and his face.
All right, man.
Yeah, that's
Make him incomplete.
the wrong way, I think. I'm not so familiar with it.
What we should have done, we actually should have taken good pictures of this
Okay.
thing and
How
shown
to
to
insert
our
it? Oh,
viewers.
really? What does it insert it? Oh, that's
It's a magnet.
it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Jessica,
small, useless
Yeah,
toy, guys,
Jessica.
but for champions, I don't know, just small token of gratitude, just to
I will just
remember
like
what happened.
come in front of the approach to the camera. I want to say this is absolutely beautiful. It's super beautiful. You see? It's absolutely great one.
Okay, stop teasing people.
Okay.
Now we're gonna have to, like, I don't know, begin
No, just leave
merchandise or what?
Leave it here.
All right, let me get rid of these boxes.
Yeah.
So I believe that teams are about to begin their first match. Do we have gotten any information about ban and picks of the teams?
Yeah, we have got the ban pick information, and the Crusaders will be the attacking side first.
Oh yes, oh yes, Fjord, finally. This is something that I have been waiting to see in the grand finals of CBL. Fjord is the first map.
Yeah.
All right, so teams are now picking their heroes and their units, and I have already, I'm already seeing some interesting choices over there that can't wait you to acknowledge as well, guys. So, Fjord, Wildfire versus Crusaders. Here we go.
Yeah. And you know, last night the Crusader just lost the game.
Let's first,
lost the game.
because we have limited time on this stage, go
Yeah.
with the units of that you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
get to yesterday.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Crusaders actually going with a lot of tier 5 units. They prefer Wing Hussars, some I see even 1 unit, 2 units of tier 5 matchlocks, then Berserkers, plenty
Yeah.
of Berserkers on this map.
Yeah.
Then we have Tundra Yeoman, we have Pikeman Militia, and from the other side, the opponents, Wildfire, actually focusing more on Imperial Pikes, on some Halberdiers, Tundra Yeoman as well, a couple of Pavis Crossbowmen even. I did not expect. No, I'm sorry, that's not Pavis Crossbowmen, these are Men-at-Arms. So regarding the heroes, Brett, what do you think about that?
I think on heroes, it's kind of nothing different for both two teams, one thing is that it's pretty surprised me that the Crusaders still bring a lot of coverage this time. I think. What do you think? You think the coverage will work?
Actually, on this map, it's maybe not as good as like maps like Harbor City or something like that, because the spaces within the city are not so favorable for the cap, but around point C and the final part of the map, the final camp, there is a lot of opportunities for cavalry. So I'm sure the Crusaders and Wildfire know exactly what they're doing. They're not going to be making any mistakes with cavalry over there. So if they bring this, I'm sure that they know it and how to use it.
Yeah, and at the beginning of the game, Crusader now is aiming at the point A. Now they are using the basing ram to breach in the main gate of point A, and also they have destroyed the city walls next to the point A. So they have like the two paths to lead them to the point A. But the defenders, the Wildfire, already noticed that, and they set defense there, and they keep using their artillery to make some attack damage to Crusaders.
And we see that there are only 2 heroes around point B on Crusaders' side, and they are probably collecting some information and trying to provoke the defenders into something strange. But now we see a huge rotation, a very beautiful maneuver from Crusaders. They are now moving to point B from point A, and it seems like this is going to be the main destination of their attack.
Yeah, and you can say the dual blades guy, he's on the supply point for quite a long time. It feels like he's waiting for the information from his teammates, and then he will choose which units he will take.
Absolutely, and now we see Thunder Yeoman getting inside of this and flanking immediately the regiment around the point A. This is a very, very beautiful maneuver, but being met with pikes, Nafar guards. And now, with all these things triggering, a trebuchet strike is going to be attacking all the defending side forces, and that is a very close trade-off for them.
Yeah, and now the Crusaders have successfully entered the internal city, and the defenders, Wildfire, they are just want to push them out of the city, and the Crusader now change the direction to attack the point A.
I actually like the way how Crusaders are rotating their forces. Now all the people who were around point B coming back to A, both sides over there. So, and this is the main direction of the attack at the moment. It's after playing this map for tens and tens of times, Brett, what do you think regarding the balance and the decision of Crusaders to push A?
I think push A is a very good choice, but I think push B is also a very good choice, because A, we know that A is a little bit far from the supply point, and the B next to B is a supply point, and the B and A is pretty close to each other. If you lose A, and then you will feel very hard to defend the point B. And if you lose B, you will feel very hard to defend the point A. So both points are very important. But I think the perfect strategy on aiming at the A or B is that the attacker should aim A and B at the same time, and that will make the defender feel really uncomfortable, because you just cannot catch all the points at the same time.
Yes, it's absolutely, definitely a way to go sometimes, and maybe Crusaders were just collecting information and considering doing so, but now I see that they are step by step using artillery, trying to push aggressively in a strong way, point A, getting more and more critical power of firepower, and this is their plan for A now.
This time, Crusaders must have their plan for playing this map, because they just lost the map on to Wildfire this time, but this time they chose this map by themselves. They must have got some research or discuss something.
And they're dealing a lot of damage, right? I mean, like all the ranged units that are protected by pikemen in front, they are just shredding the defending side of Wildfire, all these units of berserkers, and no shielded units whatsoever from Wildfire there. The amount of damage, Brad, that was insane.
Yeah, and the Wildfires, they still just don't want to give up their point A, because this is a great grand finals. They just cannot give up any points, and they keep going to defend their point A, and they want to defeat all the enemies, all the units from Crusaders. And here comes a squad with Window Hussars, but soon got stopped, because the Crusader front is very hard to start attacking.
It seems like Wildfire is investing more and more into protecting point A. They know that if they only hold for 3 minutes, they will defend the point, but it costs them so much. So this regiment coming from the bridge, being under continuous fire, another trebuchet is going to bring so much destruction. And I'm sorry, but this is not going very good for them. So side, just a total massacre. But I like the determination of Wildfire. They just want to push and give it all for these 2 minutes with something.
And here comes a squad of Winter Hussars, but unfortunately the Imperial Guard is charging, and soon the Winter Hussars got killed. And here comes a squad of
More
Berserkers.
Hussars, more Berserkers, Trebuchets. This is just insane. And luckily for Crusaders, they are stomping their enemies to the ground and winning these conflicts.
Now the
this
time
is
is
very strong.
talking. Last 2 minutes, Crusader must pace up to take over the point A, but Wildfire just won't give up so soon. And they know the only thing that they should do is just keep alive and make sure Crusader.
Wildfire is investing everything into it. They know that they only have 600 units. They have lost so many. They can't just give away this point. Sooner or later they take the win. So they need to fight.
Child's play!
Crusader will have greater chance to take over the point A right now.
There is simply no units from the Korean team over there, and this defense, this attempt cost so much. So I'm feeling like if Wildfire can recover from that, it's close to being impossible.
This is the battle that we rarely can see, because you know this is the first point, and the defender has lost like the half units right now, and this is gonna crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
So immediately, without any hesitation, Crusaders now taking point B, moving and rotating to the supply point, and they need to organize the direction of their next attack, offensive, on point C. And as you see, Christmas sale. I missed that team, by the way.
Yeah. I missed it up
Yes,
too. Yeah.
Wildfire is now going to be very much committing to defend point C. They are not retreating to the final cap. They are not moving too many forces to defend the harbor.
Yeah.
So let's see how it's going to go.
Yeah, because we know that point C is not a place available for cavalries. The cavalry just can down
It is
down
not.
the
Yes.
stairs. Yeah, and we noticed that the Crusaders they have brought a lot of cavalries. So the point C may be a very tricky point for them. And let's say whether the Crusaders will do that. And now the Crusader, their cavalries are now heading. I think we're heading to the extra point. Next to the
Yeah, they
sea.
want to claim the harbor, then
Yeah.
get the reinforcements of AI-controlled berserkers, and then probably direct their attack differently. Like, take a look at how organized the Crusaders are with their meetings. Like, they're always like all together, like 13 players there, 1-2 players on the other side just to scout, gather information, just to communicate with the players. But how they direct their teams, very, very effective.
The captain told me that they have 2 leaders.
Okay.
Enemy reinforcements are attacking from the harbor.
This is they play the lead like an army, like a little army.
I'm enjoying the music already.
Yeah.
All right, so here are the first encounters. So from the ladders, from the bottom, Trebuchet. Oh my God, I mean, like Trebuchet is so much MVP during this match today.
And the Crusader is, I think, is the best user of the Trebuchet.
I didn't even see them missing a single Trebuchet.
Yeah.
Like every single Trebuchet order that they gave, majority of projectiles found their hit target.
Oh, here comes the squad of Berserkers. Berserkers are so pretty good at the battle like this, and dealing with the low-tier pipe. So the workers are just enjoying the game.
No chance. Yao and the Rangers, they are here to unleash out their cannons. That was exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, and the battle is just epic.
Oh my God, but now from both sides, Crusaders are surrounding Wildfire and annihilating all the defending heroes over there, who are caught cornered. Take a look at all the red heroes over there cornered in one place.
Child's play!
Child's play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that this is gonna be it for Wildfire over there. They haven't left any troops survive. Look at the numbers. Only 100-something troops left on Wildfire side. They were just going as
Ashes to ashes, dust
now
to
the
dust.
rest of the games is pretty hopeless for Wildfire. But you see these guys, they just not give up. They try their best. And you see that your Blaze guys still try to interrupt the capture here.
Summons you.
Point C. Even though he got soon got killed, but like his spirit and now the final base is pretty empty. Crusader have lots of time to claim it, and now they sent their units.
The enemy is about to capture the final flag.
To the defenders the first place, and that is totally a must hit here.
Oh my god, this is a very, very decisive statement by Crusaders. They begin the game, the series with such a highly impressive result.
Yeah. So the MVP from Crusaders is KKKK, 5K. Like means kill. Yeah. And he got 6 kills and 11 assists and dealt like 51,005 damage to heroes. Before say the MVP, before say the MVP from another side, let's say their captain like last the KDA. Okay, okay. Right now,
we need to thank you guys for noticing us. The music in the game we need to lower down and increase the sound of us speaking, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Yeah. Let's see the MVP from the WF, the Wildfire, the WF barrier. He got 1 kill and 5 assists and dealt 20,480 damage to hero. And Jessica will just lower the background music, and you guys can hear what we just said.
What we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the main advantage that Barrier gave to his team was about the unit versus unit damage. It was close to 1 million. So great job over there. He also scored 5 assists, which is a pretty good result. Congratulations over there. But it wasn't enough in this occasion. All right. So, Brad.
The Crusaders just you know in the previous in this game the Crusader played like totally different from yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday they are if I can say that they feels like a noob to Halo Field. Yeah, but this time obviously that's we are the masters.
Yeah, man. Like what they did yesterday when they retreated to the final point and then they lost to Wildfire. That was a surprising thing. Yeah. But Wildfire also played very well. But during what we've just seen, man, this is like all about Crusaders being aggressive, organized, and like ruining your opponent's lives like a tank. You know, like just going over them. It's just insane how powerful their charges are and how well organized the unit positioning and interaction. It's crazy.
So I think the next games will still on Helon Field, and the Crusaders will still be the attacking side, and that is.
Wait, we are playing on Helon Field again.
Yeah, we are playing on the Helon Field again.
Oh my God, this is just like a Christmas to me.
Yeah,
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, and I think that's the Wildfire. They have to deal with this. They must do. They have to figure out what they should do and what they can do for for defeating the Crusaders on Helon Field. I
think that now because it's already 2-0 for an advantage of Crusaders, so they have scored 2 points. I think like Wildfire now is under very high psychological pressure there because they have been playing multiple games today already. Yeah. And a lot of stress over there, a lot of preparations. Oh man, I wish that Wildfire is gonna gather up and stay strong over there and show their style that we love them for. Yeah, and for Wildfire, if you guys want to be the champion, you have no choice. Because if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Absolutely. And that is your only choice. So guys, come on, just like get yourself together and let's
deal with the Crusaders again. And the Crusaders also come on, and we just so love your great performance.
Yeah,
you
great
guys
job
are
over
so
there.
good.
And
yeah.
actually, I have to also maybe thank Crusaders for just going for the final point immediately. Without doing something as they did before when they eliminated enemy team, and then Legolas, the captain of the team, was standing next to the base and like 1 millimeter from the capturing the last percent, and like, okay guys, you have time to kill them all. I will not finish this game. Just go enjoy, roam free.
I think that is the most classic moment. One of the most classic moments in Conquest.
Yeah, multiple times Crusaders were just eliminating teams and making them just quit. Disconnects. You remember?
They will show no mercy.
No mercy and just rolling over. So
but this time they didn't do that. Like
they were very respectful to their opponent, even though they won one-sidedly. They actually were very decent there and just took the point without breaking too much. Yeah. All right, guys. So, what are your expectations about the upcoming games, people? Because we've been chatting for some time. I actually going through all the messages that you are sending, just checking out the mood that you have. So, if you have any questions or you want to share anything with us, feel free. We're gonna be happy, Brett and me here. So, welcome. All right, so they are preparing. I see that a couple of players still missing from the in-game lobby. We're going to give them some time. We already know that the next game is going to be taking place on Halen Fjord map, my favorite map in the game.
Yeah. And what made you love Halen Fjord so much?
Actually,
the background music?
Background music, also for the design, for the general concept. It was the first map in Conqueror's Blade that actually I participated in creating. So I was directing the overall feeling and art that has been using there. So I'm just having a lot of fun there. But music is the most important for sure. Yeah,
and we had an interview with the Helon band themselves.
Absolutely.
And we also posted as an article on our Steam community and on our Facebook. You guys, if you like, you have interested in in their songs and in the band, and want to know how they can make this kind of music, and you guys can check that out.
Yes, guys, because this season we, as you know, are cooperating with a great Nordic band called Helung, and it's something that wasn't added to the interview of Helung, because even Helung didn't know about that, but their music actually inspired very much of the content for the season. Even how the units look like for Wolves of Ragnarok season, the name of the season, and art direction, it was much inspired by the music of Helung.
Yeah, and what do you think about the harbor, the point?
You mean the
extra point?
Extra point with the new mechanics?
Yeah.
Actually, oh my God, Lance.
Yeah.
That was his idea to add that mechanics, because we wanted to add some new features to the map.
Yeah.
And he was like, I want to bring a ship with frenzied berserkers coming from the sea. I think it's kind of cool, and we're gonna be experimenting on every map in Conqueror's Blade, trying out some different things. Yeah. So hopefully you also guys are enjoying these little experiments.
Yeah, I gotta say that was a genius idea, like putting like berserkers on the ship, like shift them to them.
We had, and I'll talk about that later. Okay, so Wildfire, army composition, guys. They are bringing something interesting. Majority of heroes are bringing short sword. Well, very safe class to play. Then pikemen, imperial pikes, Tundra yeomen, they will bring 1 units of shield maidens. Then some mortars, Nafar guards. Berserkers are gonna be mixed inside. Then halberdiers and couple, 3 pikemen militia, not that many. From the opposite side, though, Crusaders, they are much more investing into tier 5 units, like the mortars, then the hussars, then we go with tier 4 units, like men-at-arms, Tundra yeomen, then berserkers, and some expendable tier 1 units. Well, pretty much within the classic style of Crusaders. Let's see how it's gonna go for both teams. I think that the in-game volume is still a little bit too high. Some players are complaining about that.
Still complaining about that.
Thank you guys for letting us know about the sound problems. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so 2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it goes.
Yeah, now this time the Wildfire is the attacking side and the Crusader is the defender. And let's say, well, okay, come on. From the minimap, we can see the Wildfire started attack from the point B, I think, yeah. So just not like the Crusader did before. They are aiming at the point B and they want to get through the point B through the city walls. And you know, the city walls next to point B can be destroyed. And the Wildfire just want to use it. Yeah, just like I mentioned in the last game, the point B, next to the point B, it has a supply point. So claim point B is also a very good choice.
It is, but the thing about point B is that the supply point is very close for the defenders to the B. So it's very tricky to be attacking, and especially, you know, we are now gonna probably announce some cool additions, adjustments to this map, but at the current design, the outlay of the approaches. You see this city gate? From both sides, you cannot move left or right. You only can go forward to B, and it's very easy to be surrounded and shot from all the sides. So we're probably gonna be adjusting that element. So I hope that the players will find their way to trick the opponents, and we'll see Wildfire applying their strategic genius on our Crusaders. Good luck there.
And now the Wildfire, another part of Wildfire, their teams are coming to the come to aim at the point A, and the point A actually is there is some very tight defense there, and the Crusaders pays a lot of tensions on the point A, so the point A is a very hard place for them to take over.
It is. Yeah. And now we are seeing that Wildfire decides to direct their push from A. They have 2-3 heroes already behind the seawall, but there is no critical mass just at the moment because the Crusaders are using mortars. They're usually Nafar guards and just not letting any of attacking forces to go through either of gate.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a very, very nice angle for using Nafar guards over there.
Nafar in this map, in my opinion, it feels like they were another squad of berserkers. Like they set fire everywhere, you know.
Oh my God, Brad! I don't think it's going very, very good for Wildfire over there because they have been receiving a lot of damage. But even though they still are able to break through, taking damage, causing damage, and now they're around point A, taking their position. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so we have first artillery pieces being set behind A. Nafar guards are bringing hell to their enemies. A lot of damage being done. Oh boy. I see that actually it's maybe even working for now for the Wildfire. They are able to capture at least part of the point A, but loyal guards are there to defend and not to let anything too successful happen for Wildfire.
Yeah.
Nafar guards rotated in different units over there. Mortar fires. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful, very aggressive play by Wildfire.
Yeah.
But I loved how determined they were, and it's like, okay, I know I'm receiving damage, but we still have a bigger objective. We have a bigger goal, guys.
Yeah.
Stay calm, and to push like that against Crusaders, I think that's huge.
Now the point B is pretty empty, so it's like a free gift to Wildfire. So majority members of Wildfire, they are aiming to the point C, and also the supply point next to the next to B. But Crusaders seems like they will give up the supply point and retreat to defend the point C.
Would be surprising to see otherwise, even though I'm sure that sooner or later they will surprise it with this kind of things. But so they have some time to regroup, to get the reinforcements and organize their setup for defending C. Do you even think that they will be protecting C? Because last time they decided to abandon it.
I think they will just defend the point C. But I think they won't just put too many units on the point C. They will assign many troops above the point C. They have brought a lot of coverage and coverage there.
Absolutely, and the time is ticking while Wildfire is deciding to do the same. They captured B, captured supply point, then rotating with majority of their team to the harbor point.
Yeah, and the Crusaders just.
I actually now start thinking that Crusaders maybe be a little bit aggressive over there. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
Yeah, Crusaders just don't want to give the harbor point just give it up to Wildfire. Four or five members of them try to interrupt the capture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While 4 heroes behind, just protecting the front, and maybe is ready to sandwich their opponents.
Yeah, it's also it's not very often to see. We have in the game we had a battle around the harbor
Absolutely,
point.
and this battle is absolutely gorgeous. You see the lines of pikemen, you see the mortars, you see the Nafar guards, and now cavalry, wind hussars are coming. But how much damage they're gonna deal? Actually, they're being staggered, stopped by pikemen, by Nafar. Very successful encounter there, but blue team's forces are fading away, same as red, and beautiful moves from Crusaders heroes. They are attacking and dueling with their enemies, and the regiment that we mentioned was protecting the flanks of Crusaders is now doing what we said. They're sandwiching, trying to surround the enemies. Oh my god, that is a so close battle, Brad. I'm loving it.
Yeah, and Crusader now has brought a squad of pike militia and to use and fill up the harbor point and make the point is very hard to get approach.
And I feel that these few heroes are getting doomed over there, Brad. They lost their units, and now they are going to be surrounded and slaughtered over there.
This is
they need to run
really
immediately.
Yeah, and this guy is got surrounded by the Crusaders and cannot go back home again.
No, many of them won't see their houses and wives.
Yeah.
The cruelty of Conqueror's Blade.
But they will respawn.
Yeah.
That's
the good part.
Yeah.
All right, so wow, beautiful defense. You see how much committed Crusaders were. We are not giving any of this harbor point to you guys, and they dealt much damage. See the scores of units lost. We cannot judge about the quality, but 8 versus 900. It was obvious actually that Crusaders were winning last battles there.
Yeah, and now the Crusader is taking lead 140 units number here. And the Crusader is really good at using cavalries. Not because we know that wind hussars they only can charge one time, especially in a battle.
Yeah.
If you cannot use them properly, and their skill will in a CD and in cooldown time. And the Crusader they will control them after the charging and pull them back. They are controlling the white ball in play in the pool ball.
Absolutely, they are very skillful with that, but need to also. Oh, that was not a very, very good decision over there. The Wind Hussars regiment just was wasted.
The distance was too short, and soon got stopped by the.
These kind of mistakes cannot be made by Wildfire at the moment. It's just every unit is so crucial.
Oh, now the Wildfire is entering the point C, and no defenders there. All the Crusaders are high above the platform, and it seems like they are just cannot go down and just waiting them there. And as I say, the next step of the Wildfire were made. I think that is very hard for them to leave the point C.
Yeah, they captured point C, but now Crusaders are surrounding all this regiment. Beautiful trebuchet just sniping the poor dual blade hero there.
Yeah.
Alright, so now let's see how it's going to go. Whether Crusaders will decide to surround this regiment of forces or retreat back to base. But if they do, they still need to figure out the way how to protect the harbor, not to let reinforcements with their favorite berserkers.
Yeah. Now the attackers successfully get out of the point C. Now they are heading to the final base here. And the Crusaders already there, and I believe they must have set up some artilleries there and hide their cavalries behind this.
I am surprised how Wildfire is aggressive at the moment. They're pushing all their forces straight to the base without even capturing the harbor. Big shots coming from hussars, from mortars over there. Much of damage being done. Again, Wildfire is trying to put some artillery pieces onto the front line. The first one being cancelled.
Oh,
the
this
second one
massacre has got to
follows.
be stopped, but because if the Wildfire they set up the pikemen inside of the final base, it's going to be very hard for Crusaders.
It's going to be
get in.
big, but beautiful Tundra Yeoman
Oh,
charging and roaming around, dealing so much destruction and chaos to Wildfire units. This is very important episode there. These Tundra Yeoman actually turned the point over there.
Okay. And the Halberdiers, they now are in the final base, and no Crusaders here.
No, and actually Wildfire is very close to capture the point, but they are losing so many units, and now Hero's gonna follow. Big Trebuchet is coming, and it's gonna be very important how much damage it's gonna deal. Big shot over there,
Big
beautiful
shot,
play,
shot.
but there is no follow-up from Wildfire. They lost their units, they lost their heroes, and the only hope they have at the moment is just to get the harbor point, but 3 minutes on the timer. It's going to be very, very difficult to win on this map.
Yeah, and the Wildfire now has captured the extra point, the harbor point, and the Berserkers will be activated.
Absolutely, but what Crusaders do, they decide to counter-charge, counter-attack. They are now pushing back the attackers.
Yeah, they want to to hunt down all
Yeah,
of
they
them.
want the fights being happening far from the base camp, because if they make some mistake there, that's too dangerous, but it will take some time to push them back.
Now the attackers only got like 347 units left, and the time is 3 minutes and 40 seconds here. But
And it's all about the quality of those units. And
it's,
the big
because-
factor that is helping is that now they have some AI-controlled berserkers over there.
Yeah. If both sides only have some low tier units at the end of the game, you need to, if you want to win, you need to make sure that you are taking lead the situation around that point. But for now, the Wildfire, they are they're not taking lead around the supply point. The final base, the final base already filled up by the Pike Militia or some Halberdiers from the Crusaders, and that will be very hard for Wildfire to get approach.
Absolutely, I agree. But now here comes the offensive maneuvers from Wildfire, and this is going to probably begin the last encounter in this. So who wins the next battle takes the game. I can't see the berserkers.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
Yeah. No, you see on the bottom of the screen here comes the berserkers of attackers. Yeah, the berserkers now from the Crusaders are around the point of final base.
All right, so Wildfire decides to actually attack from all sides,
Yeah.
from all 4 directions available.
But
This
the
will take
defense
a lot of
everywhere.
coordination.
Yeah, but the defense have already set it.
Yes, and 2 minutes. They need to be very decisive and very, very aggressive on dealing damage.
And only one step to go. They can win.
Oh boy. Unfortunately, we are flying so high with the camera, I can't see the details of what's going on beneath. But from what we are understanding is that actually they are doing very well. They are attacking from all sides. Unfortunately, only Pikeman Militia is leading the charge with some halberdiers over there, and all the artillery is firing at the Korean team.
Oh, this is the chance for Wildfire.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is a chance for them. Come on, guys! Just don't aim for the shields units here, and just turn your direction to the final base.
Oh, these heroes, they are falling.
Oh, come on!
And the mall is out, and all the pikeman militia,
Yeah.
they just do not stand any chance against much more superior units. And those 2 lost heroes of Wildfire who tried to flank, they actually broke through the back gate over there.
Yeah.
Been dealing some damage, but it's probably gonna be it for now. 1 minute again, and we know the winner.
Yeah, and this is also the very classic time. The last 1 minute in the battle, and the Crusaders' time. They now are chasing down all of their enemies, and they want to eliminate, sweep them off from the map, and they want to be the winner of this match.
Oh
And
yes, and
only-
Crusaders decide just to do what
Yeah.
they're loving doing, being aggressive and
Yeah.
just go for kills.
Only 4 heroes alive here. And This poor guy, and soon got killed.
But I like that Wildfire is just raging and like, we're still coming.
Yeah, we're
But-
still coming.
Yeah, but the problem is that coming one by one is not the
Yeah,
best
very-
option against
yeah,
5.
Yeah, not a very wise choice. And now, just wait for the time to end.
And the third point goes to Crusaders, and this
Yeah.
is now gonna be possibly the last decisive battle every time. If Wildfire wins, takes 1 point by 1. Oh man. Alright, so let's get to the MVP of Wildfire, Callan. So he actually scored a lot of damage against the unit with his hero using artillery and weapon, almost 20,000 hero versus hero damage, 1 million damage against enemy units. Well done, well played. 2 death, 4 assists, 116 kills of units.
Yeah.
Well done.
Let's say MVP from Crusaders.
And again,
The 5K.
5K, kill. Oh boy, 10 kills, 1 death, 7 assists, almost 100,000 hero versus hero damage, spear. Oh boy, it's powerful. Hero versus unit damage, almost 300,000.
Yeah, this
It's a lot, and 1 million hero unit damage.
KKKKK, your KDA is absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
Insane.
absolutely.
10 kills. in a
How
game.
about Legolas? Is he there?
Yeah, Legolas is probably like at the bottom.
Yeah, you don't need to be individually best if you're the leader.
Yeah, you're just the smoke man.
Yeah, the captain is on the very bottom. Legolas, come on, do better next time.
Yeah.
Kidding, of course. Great job, guys. Well played. You organized this team and led it to victory, Legolas. Congratulations.
Yeah. And the Crusader now, this is match point.
Match point.
Match
and
point, yeah.
hopefully, these match points are not gonna be only one. It's not gonna be only one, but we'll see multiple match points
Yeah.
during tonight.
And the next game, I believe, is on. Yeah. Jessica will just cast the map band pick on the screen, so let's just wait for that and let's see.
Okay, guys. Yeah, our new fancy interface.
Yeah, new fancy interface.
Hey, actually, regarding new fancy things for CBL,
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing like all these cool pictures that
Yeah.
you and other team members been
Yeah.
working on, all these
Yeah.
ideas that you brought. Thanks a lot. I think that's just amazing addition.
Yeah, and on the map 3, the CNC just banned Continopolis, and the Wildfire they just banned the Warfort.
And now about pigs.
About the picks.
I wonder why would Crusaders ban Continopolis? They many great memories that I have about them
Crusaders,
from that map.
Crusaders says that it's a random ban for no reason.
Okay.
Oh, they chose the
Harbor
their
City.
map, Harbor City again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be very classy and Halungfjord
Hero
again.
again, and on the third game, and the Wildfire will be the attacker first, I think. Yeah, and then goes to the Crusaders. So next map will be Halongfjord again.
Yeah. So Halungfjord 3 times. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And for Harbor City, as we mentioned before, the amount of time that Siege Tower needs
Yeah.
to approach the walls
Mhm.
actually dictates the reason why so many defenders prefer that map.
Yeah.
You put the attackers into very, very precarious position there.
But actually, I want to say Crusaders play on Harbor City. I just miss them so much
Really?
on this map. They are like the king of Harbor City. Just like, yeah.
Hey, based on the fact that in 3 CBLs they lost 2 games, I think that they're kings
Yeah.
of all the maps.
All the maps, yeah. But for the last 2 times, most of the maps are Harbor City. So just like players normally think them they are the king of Harbor City.
Yeah, and the outlet of that map allows a lot of cavalry play as well.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Do you expect to see more cavalry during the following game?
No, I want to say more infantries and some like.
You mean
I
mean, like, what is your expectations? I for some reason like see 2 directions over there.
I expect to see more Nafas. I want to like
More
set fire to each
more
other.
fire.
Yeah, fire all the screen on F5s everywhere. Set everything burn down. That is very funny to watch.
Yeah,
actually.
you know, like
yeah.
I think need to mention like when we were like working on this unit Nafar guards.
Yeah.
I remember Rock, our art director.
Yeah.
He was like looking at the color of Nafar, and it was like so like grayish and orange, and he's like, it's not cool enough. I want it to be cooler, and like he asked to increase the density and
yeah.
change it to a little bit like pinkish color.
Yeah.
And some people are like, it's kind of not realistic. But now when we are playing, we're like, good job, Rock.
Yeah, good
that was
job.
a good call.
And also about the fire that Nafa just set in front of his gun. You know that the fire is with some smoke and some ashes inside of it.
Yeah.
And, like it's just like a normal fire and a normal smoke. It's like with some really good feelings inside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very like impressive
Yeah.
unit regarding visuals.
I want to be a Nafa god.
You want to be a Nafar guard?
I want to
Oh, man.
use that kind of gun to set fire everywhere.
Yeah, I think like Elon Musk's company, like Awesome Company or something like that,
Yeah.
they produce flamethrowers for civilians.
Oh yeah, I see. I see that. Yeah, I see that. That's some crazy thing.
So we have now already like bows, halberds, what other weapons we have? Glaive,
Yeah, glaive.
spears,
Yeah.
shields. We
Yeah.
have real armor in the studio. So what we're missing is a flamethrower.
Yeah.
We need to seriously think and consider that. All right, guys. So
Yeah.
teams are getting ready to the match point.
Yeah,
The
to the
first
match
match point for today. Crusaders have taken 2 victories tonight, and based on the fact that they come from the higher bracket, they were granted 1 point for winning all the series throughout the championship.
Yeah.
For the opponents, for Wildfire, they came from lower bracket, and now they are facing a very challenging task to win
Yeah.
4 times in a row.
In a row. And the enemy, your opponent is Crusaders.
1, 2,
3, 4. Yeah.
4 times.
4 times in a row.
That's pressure.
Yeah. But sometimes, the challenges like this.
It triggers adrenaline.
Yeah,
it triggers
yeah.
the skill. So
Yeah.
let's hope that this is exactly what's going to happen to members of Wildfire, because I know that this team, with all the
Yeah.
skill, with all the talent they have, they come from Korea and they will not retreat or give up that easily.
Yeah. And I think for the map Harbor City, you think the Crusaders will use the same strategy?
Oh, like I'm not as good as them to predict what they're gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be watching at their game with
Yeah.
open mouth. And
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, about this, regarding this, actually, I learned a lot of things from this, not just Crusaders, all of teams this time,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that's after the first day of CBL, and after the stream, I just opened the Conqueror's Blade and the login, and I was so confident.
And
I learned so
inspired.
much. I have so many tactics in mind, bearing in mind right now.
So
So I was very confident, and I opened the voice channel and telling my teammates, oh, I watch a lot of CBL games, so just follow me. Yeah, and just you know what? They just ignore me. Now the game is about it's Harbor City, so this time the Crusaders gonna be the attacking side, and the Wildfire is gonna be the defensive side. So let's say that this classic map and the classic Crusaders.
This is the very
strategy.
first map in the game, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're back to roots. This is match point. Crusaders, their army composition, and oh yeah, we see some tier 5 cavalry already. Wing
yeah.
Hussars. We have Liao or Liao Rangers. That we have 1 squad of Shieldmen and 1 squad of Nafar Guard. Then we have tier 5 matchlocks. Tundra Yeomen are very popular during this tournament. Well, we know why. Then their opponents actually going with I wouldn't say that a similar setup, but many picks are very, very
Yeah, actually,
close.
the Wildfires just did not bring too many squads of cavalries here.
Like I see 5, 7. Yeah, not so many. But
Yeah.
again, much is going to be decided on whether the fights are happening on walls or beneath those. And
Yeah.
defenders are there to make this call. So how defenders organize their plans, it's going to decide whether it's infantry or
And
cavalry.
one really strange thing that the Wildfire is just like use some the low tier units as the starting line, and I don't think that is a very good idea for facing against.
Do you
them.
think that they are planning to not to commit on point A?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Just like some 3-star or
Maybe they think that they can eat trebuchet strikes with that to lure the enemy into wasting those. I don't know. Let's see what's the plan is.
Yeah, and the Crusaders also have brought several like low tier units too. I think that is for pushing forward the siege towers here.
Yeah, you don't want to expose your highly.
Yeah.
You don't want Nuffer guards to push the tower. That's for
we
sure.
have also have a special door, a tricky door next to the
Tricky
main
door.
tricky door next to the main gate.
It's called.
Yeah, we usually call it in the past we call it like a secret door, but
Secret
now
door,
the
yeah.
secret everyone knows the secret.
Yeah.
So this is a public secret. It's known by everyone.
Yeah,
so
like-
Crusaders seems like they want to take good use of this the tricky door and want to get inside of the cities through this. But the defenders, yeah, they've already noticed and set some defenders here. I think the Crusaders they just intend to like get through the cities through the tricky door and claim the supply point next to the A. And but it seems like they failed to do that. Defenders are waiting here, just like come on, get on in.
Yeah, and very important factor is that the defending side, Wildfire, they are not committing too much artillery into destroying the central tower, while the left one being destroyed pretty quickly and the right one I see being damaged. I'm not sure, like, it seems like the middle tower has some chances to approach the walls.
Yeah, it's not on fire. And now the Crusaders they are pretty good at using the chambershed at the early part of the game, and now they are keep using the chambershed to do a lot of damage to the enemies, and the most artillery on the city walls are just got destroyed by the chambershed, and now they have used like the 5 times chambershed. And the siege tower is got pushed again, and it seems like they failed to push them. And here comes a squad of the pike militia. Oh, the Crusaders now enter the cities through this tricky door, and they want to make some progress here. But it seems like the defenders are here. They just want to stop them, want to block them from this entrance.
And I'm
Like,
really enjoying these encounters around this backdoor or tricky door. I love first of all, I love how you call it tricky door.
Tricky door, yeah.
We need to change the official name.
Yeah.
Starting from now. And the palace guards, I like the unit choice over there. They were buffed, receiving some buff throughout the season.
Yeah.
And now point A is
Yes.
being captured by Crusaders.
Yeah. So just next step will be very simple. Just Crusader will just claim the supply point next to the A. And now here, this squad of Imperial guards did a lot of damage to the defenders. You see the bodies on the ground.
Yeah, and soon I believe we'll see
just-
much more cavalry coming from both sides.
The point A now is claimed by Crusaders. The time they have 30 minutes to attack the final base. Oh, the Crusader just directly head to another supply point, and not a supply point next to the A, and they've also setting up a ballista here and aiming at the supply point.
And actually, this is a very cool move over there
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the spawning point for the defenders is going to be always crossing this line.
Yeah.
And if you place these ballistas and some pikemen, you actually cutting all the reinforcements for the final point. But
Yeah.
now, Sigrun's shield maidens
Maidens,
are
yeah.
on the field, Tundra yeomen, and a lot of mortar, hand mortars, projectiles are attacking. So unpredictable game, and I can't even understand what is going on over there.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
Yeah, But for Crusaders, they have to take at least one supply point inside of the city because for the attacker side, their supply points are all out of the city. So if you want to take the final base is pretty far away from the supply point. So they need to take over at least one supply point in the side of the city.
Yes, it is indeed, and definitely some cavalry will help there. So we now seeing at least 3 regiments of those brought by Crusaders. And for their opponents, for the Korean team, as you see, they are not organizing their defenses just around the final point. But what they do instead, they get to the city, trying to get a very strategically important position within the road. So, and they've been spreading their forces in 2 regiments. So let's see what the next move is.
Yeah, for this times CBL, defending on the not around the final base, defending on the I call it the central road of the city. Yeah, it's kind of the mainstream. Yeah, the people like to initiate the team fight here. Yeah, and leave them far away from the final base.
And another mainstream is 5 mortars placed next to each other and now unleashing hell.
And now the defenders are behind these horses and try to find a way to make some trouble to attackers. Attackers are just using their mortars, keep shooting.
And it's actually applying a lot of pressure. And they place 2 more mortars. It's how many? 7 already over there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so many.
The Crusader just take their time. They have 10 minutes to attack the final base.
Yeah, to weaken and soften their opponents.
Yeah.
So they can be kind of patient over there, but at the same time, hand mortars also dealing a lot of damage to the artillery. You saw 1 or 2 mortars being destroyed already. So an exchange is going there, and now mortar shells from the defending side. Oh, that was big. That was not so pleasant.
The Crusaders, most of them now are changing the place. I think they might want to start attack from the back, and that will give the defenders not a huge surprise. The defender will know that, and now the Crusaders have already taken over the supply points, and they will head for another supply point. And if the defender loses that supply point, that will be the pain in the ass and make them feel very uncomfortable.
I like your style of impression. We should stream more often. All right. So actually, Brett, what I'm totally... Oh my God, that was just so bad. All right. So what we were talking about? I was just about to say that I love how Korean team chosen to approach their defense, but then the mortar shot for 4 units. So I was like, maybe that was not the best.
Yeah, now the defenders and attackers finally meet each other. Just like the 1 minute earlier, they just play some hide and seek.
And immediately trebuchets preventing anyone from doing anything too adventurous. And now Imperial Pike's advance is trying to push these Crusaders blue team's units out of their city, but being met with much longer pikes, and they are being softened and just vaporizing over there. So wow, this is beautiful. 2 regiments. Streams are communicating very well among each other, and the fights are very, very unpredictable. It can go either way.
Yeah, the Crusaders now are just aiming for another supply point. And this squad of classic.
Oh my God, they will never let you relax.
Crusaders just don't. How can you do things like this?
Oh my God. And now Tundra Yeomen are gonna be dominating in this episode because there is no close formations, no pikemen, only heroes to hunt. They can deal a lot of damage over there.
Yeah. And all the defenders now are retreat to their final base. I think this is a very good chance for Crusaders to take over another supply point, and that will make the defenders very uncomfortable. And
again, before retreating with his Tundra Yeoman, he places trebuchet mark, dealing damage, and this is so annoying when you're fighting and you're concentrated, and then boom, someone is capturing our base camp. You need to abandon your position. You need to rush back. So it's very, very cool how Crusaders are feeling these moments. Okay, now we go.
And then, so far, I think the most stories are about their supply point. And this point actually it's a lure, and the Crusader wants you to use that to distract all the defenders from the final base and try to steal the final base.
Yeah.
And that was a very interesting strategy.
Wow, but now this engagement didn't go well this far for the defending side. Wind Hussars of Crusaders are trying to breach through just a very, very fat and long positions of defenders. Again, Imperial Guards, so effective. Like, with their advance, they are dealing a lot of damage, but being overwhelmed with the amount of enemies, it's not so... It didn't go that well. And the rush of... Was that Wind Hussars?
Yeah, Wind Hussars, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they also... While dealing damage, these exchanges during this game are so close, and it never goes too one-sidedly. This game is very, very unpredictable and close.
Yeah, and both sides responded to the situation really quickly, and they know what they should do. And now the Crusader comes again from two sides, and now this squad of I think it's Halberdiers, and now it's already in the final base.
They are already there, and now all these fights are gonna be determining the champion of CBL.
Yeah.
Because if Korean team is not gonna be able to take this point, this is gonna be the third championship in a row for CBL and Crusaders.
And make them feels like no one can stop them anymore.
No. So let's see if Wildfire can surprise.
Yeah. I think the Wildfire is pretty like the best team to play against the Crusaders in the map of Harbor City.
It is, and actually you see the stats, unit count is pretty close, so Wildfire can actually pull it out.
Yeah, and the Crusader only left 2 chamber sheds. That is not very good news, and but they still got 5 minutes to do that.
Yes, and for Wildfire you can see that some of their units are only tier 2, tier 3, pikeman militia and stuff. And with 1-2 Wind Hussars units you can actually wipe up 200 units of your enemies. Just be good with your positioning and
very
miracle happen.
Yeah, very beautiful movement by Crusaders. If you overlook the whole map, you can see they really move like a real army.
Yeah, a lot of communications going on there. But I'm sure that for Wildfire, it is the same. They are also in voice chats, also much of stress, and now these small engagements here and there, they're not being given or taken easily.
Oh, right now the Crusaders attack from the back, and
yes, this regiment of defenders is going to be surrounded at the moment. No reinforcements can come to save them, so need to rush as soon as possible. But a lot of heroes, but no units over there for Wildfire, and they're going to be just pushed. And if Crusaders now kill these few heroes, I think it's GG because half of the team is out. Oh, one by one, they're going down,
the game is about to end right now.
This is it, guys. This is how the story and the legend of CBL is being written, ladies and gentlemen. Crusaders slaughter lost defenders with beautiful maneuvering, with outsmarting opponents, being strong, being organized, being aggressive, and being dominating this game, this championship, CBL. We have the first champion that did it 3 times. Bravo, Crusaders! You're the champions. Wow!
Yeah, just like we said in the PV, this is our moment.
Scary,
and this
guys.
Is all the moments for. This is all the moments for Crusaders and for all of you guys. We share this tournament together, and we have seen a lot of tremendous plays in this tournament, and we learn a lot of things from them, not just gameplays, but also spirits. And that's uplift us in our day life, and also keep playing Conqueror's Blade. And let's show our respect to Wildfire.
And let's go with all the names of... First, we go with Wildfire, all the participants. Could we please see the names and just give them that credit? Because they are number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
And this is something that almost nobody, like even 0.5% of our player base is never going to be able to achieve. This is just insane amount of prestige over there. Thank you. So, VF Zex, 5K, 5R, Hanshin, Fragan, Nami, Beria. I'm sorry for butchering the nicknames, guys. Never intended. Gringan, Watchman, Ping Ping, Callan, Parabellum, Tifa, right?
Yeah, Tifa. Yeah.
Narek, Ryan, Choctaw. Bravo, guys. Thank you very much. We do not care whether you played individually better or worse. You are the second team in CBL Wolves of Ragnarok. Bravo, guys. Wildfire, the first Korean team that achieved such a great result. Bravo.
Yeah.
But now for
Crusaders.
Crusaders.
Our
Come on,
champion,
Brett.
Our
Yeah.
triple crown champion. The Crusaders MVP is Sensei Ahan, and also Sensei Lance, and Sensei Yijian, Sensei Price, Sensei KKKK, Sensei Davish, Sensei 可怜的陈颖 Sensei 小丑乐 Sensei 安妮 Sensei 刘云 Sensei 兵哥哥 Sensei Fitman 皮Sensei 雪月花 Sensei 莱格拉斯 Sensei 长岛冰茶 Thank you guys. And it is your guys' contribution to Conquerors Blade League, and that will make our Conquerors Blade be better and better again in the future. And now we have presented a very good and a very tremendous play of the Asia Pacific's finals. And thank you to you guys again.
Yes, and people, thank you for watching the stream on all the platforms. We have now like almost 2,000 viewers on Twitch, but you can go to Douyu, you can go to Bilibili, where a majority of our viewership is there. So we're gonna check the numbers, but during the last stages we had like 30, 40 competitive viewers watching our streams. So yeah, see you on Twitch, see you on Chinese platforms. Thank you for being here. We're gonna see you tomorrow, because while now we determined the champion of Asia Pacific, tomorrow there's gonna be the thing when we determine the champions between NetEase and Asia Pacific.
Yeah, and just before the stream ends, we will do a very special program for this thing, because tomorrow is gonna be the cross division tournament between like not just like the Crusaders and the NetEase champion. We will like invite the two teams, Crusaders and Wildfire. They will like make a group of Asia division, and against the NetEase division. NetEase division will also have their champion and their second place. They will play together. And so if you guys read the rules before on our Steam community, and we've already posted that on our Steam, and you guys you can go back to like reread these rules. And for now, we will like decide the Crusaders and the Wildfire if they will play the plan A or plan B for tomorrow's. We will choose their order in tomorrow's game, because in the tomorrow's cross division tournament we will have like a best of seven game. The first one is gonna be the death match, the first game, and the first two, the second game gonna be the field battle. Yeah, field battle, and the 3, 4, and the 5th game is gonna be the siege battles, and the last game is gonna be the field battle again. So let's decide. Let's bring this on and decide the Crusaders and
some high-tech stuff here.
Some high tech.
Can't fight.
Yeah, and who's gonna be the champ? Who's gonna play for at the? Wait a minute.
I want this dude to sit here if possible.
Yeah, is it
That's
really
fine.
cool? Yeah.
Not to. Yeah, that a position for you.
Yeah. Let's see the. I think the team A will play in the first and the second game, and the team B will play at the siege battles and the field battles. Let's decide the Crusaders and the Wildfire. Which team is gonna be the team A and which team gonna the team B? Your opinion?
Should I crack it? Ah, no. All right. We
first,
go with Team A.
Yeah, so the Crusaders will be play like the game A, and the Wildfire will play the game B. So I think the Crusaders will play the deathmatch and the field battle, and the Wildfire will play the siege battle.
Yes.
Yeah?
So 2 teams from NetEase and 2 teams from South Asia, South Pacific. So, guys, we are expecting to see you tomorrow, and thank you very much for being here today with us. Crusaders are on the way, and actually being the most extraordinary team in the history of CBL this far. We congratulate them, but also people, thank you so much for participating in this tournament. We are sure that many of you been playing in CBL, maybe got kicked out in the previous stages. Please don't be discouraged anyhow. It's it's so difficult actually to do that. Also, many aspects involved. Thank you for doing all of these things with us, and thank you for playing Conqueror's Blade. We're gonna be trying to make it better.
Yeah, and stay tuning. And tomorrow we will also have a very huge game. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And see you guys.
See you guys
tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.